ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette with another reading, and I'm going to couch this in the framework of end of March, post-eclipse, April Fool's reading. Yes, I think that would probably be the best day to celebrate April Fool's, because I was, I think, probably must have been a fool who wrote to me. I don't understand, but I think, I can't even remember the name, Miss M or something like that, just wrote to me saying, you should be ashamed of yourself, you should be humble, you should be this and this and this, and people do this. Well, I have to say, and in the end she said, you have just lost a subscriber. Well, hallelujah. All right, now, this is a channel that I keep up, so I would imagine that we surely are in a social situation. But if it's a discussion of one to many, sure, you can write comments. I can choose to delete the comments. I can choose to shut off the comments. It just stands to reason that this is a soapbox that I get on. And that's logical. I don't care how many subscribers I have. Quite frankly, it's really not a measure of success for me. It's a measure of success when I can touch the hearts and the souls of people I'm talking to. If it doesn't resonate to you, well, just leave. You don't have to stay here. And, this is a free service, and I'm going to repeat that. It's a free service. And if you are after zodiac signs, go elsewhere. I don't have that. I will not do that because I will not respond to zodiac signs. I have a different perspective. I have a different philosophy. And I cannot respond to every single individual need. This goes without saying. Now, this is just one person. And surely the day that I said I'm not going to do weeklies anymore or monthly zodiac signs, the numbers started dropping. But, it's doesn't really matter to me. There's an expression in Italian, pochi ma buoni, few but the best. And it's just a matter of, also I'm not talking here about talking to myself or talking on to myself or just, going around in circles speaking to myself. We have a different jargon here. There's a different language. There's a different mode of communication. There's a different type of soul communication. Another woman this morning, I can't for the life of me remember who she is. Have you listened? What kind of drugs are you taking? Well, she could have saved herself that comment because it has no meaning. It has no meaning whatsoever, as my words have no meaning for her. It was better to lose a subscriber of that kind, because there's no dialogue, there's no communication, there's no understanding, And if people need to say something to me, I don't understand why they don't write to me personally as well, But having said that, I do want to couch this reading as the 1st of April, celebrating the 1st of April. And it is Fool's Day. It is the beginning of a new journey. And I'm celebrating the beginning of a new journey as the tarot speak to the new journey with the Fool's card, 0, or in some decks it's 1. Let's see what the days around the 1st of April hold for us. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of creation, and a lot of success. All right, now, definitely, this is a moment in time, April 1st, where, similar to the words that I said before, it is, people will just say, I've had enough, and just go on their own personal, creative track. And this is very successful, extremely successful with the fire that I'm seeing, linking memories of your ancestors. When I say ancestors, they are typically people who have passed. Memories to your individual history and what it means to you. And if you don't have anything to tap into, go far and wide to understand what it means, because we are here not by chance, we come from somewhere. And if you have no roots, you should go seek those roots out to see what they can teach you for your future, your present, more importantly, and what they could possibly mean for your future. A lot of people come to me and say, I just don't know what I'm doing. They have been writing to me, giving me a series of numbers, and what is your take on that? I'm lost. Can you give me any insight? No, I can't. I can't, just simply by channeling into numbers that you have been seeing. I can't. The way I work, and I've written this all over my websites, I need to hear a person's voice. I'm an audio person. I need to concentrate with audio. And they're personal questions, so please don't ask me for my reading of certain personal issues. And this is a general reading, and the general reading I have here is that you are going to abandon something that you no longer cannot stand. You just cannot stand it anymore. But it will be very, very, very creative here, very beneficial for you. Once you take your stand, it will be so spiritually beneficial to you that it will start, how can I say, and I don't like to use the word righteous, but it will almost be as if you were on a righteous quest, the old Catholic Christian wars that were waged in the name of religion. And so we don't want to go all of that right-wing, fundamentalist. What I'm seeing here is that you're finally understanding what truth means for you. And this is an extremely important moment. But where does it come from? Again, it's coming from the passion that traditionally fired up your ancestors. And in order for you to understand what that means to you and how you need to plant seeds in your everyday life to continue the purpose that you have here, you need to go back and see what those ancestors did, what was important to them. Now, I'm not suggesting by no means to go and dig up graves and go read what they have on their palms, literally. But speak to your relatives, remember the stories perhaps that you were told. Anything, positive or negative, it is as it should have been, positive or negative in your mind. It is as the universe has presented to you for a reason. Now, the reason is hidden in the assessment that you could make of your ancestors' paths and why you are here and why you're doing what you're doing. April 1st, it's a date. It's just a symbol that I'm using, okay? The fool, April's fool, April Fools. In Italy, we call them pesce d'Aprile, April fish, a fish that you throw in somebody's face and you joke about. It's the beginning of a new path. When you say stop, and this 9 of Cups here, very, very, very positive card, because you're going into a path, you're furthering your path of spiritual development, this spiritual development. Now, not only, like I said, you need to go back and revisit those areas, the ancestors. What did they do? What did they mean? What were their purposes? What were the purpose? What was the passions that lay at the basis of their actions? And remember, conjure up those images, not as a smoke stream, but as something that can be visualized in your minds in order for you to get clarity of purpose. This is a moment of movement, of serious movement here. It's the focus. It is the change focus. I'm going to take the Vida Sibila here on some of these cards to get some clarity and a sense of depth here. Okay, now many of you, most of you have a clear objective, a very clear objective. And the clearer your objective is, the more you will be aided. The cards are saying that the less clear your objective is and where you are wanting to go, what you want to achieve, the less clear it is, the more disoriented you will become. And they're suggesting to start at the beginning. All right? We have the offer of the April 1st as a day where we can begin. Begin to unleash the chains that are binding you down, that are bogging you down, that have been keeping you immobilized from accessing a more social environment, from accessing your significant other, from accessing your the person that you're looking to meet, from accessing that new job that you want. This is inviting you, they're inviting you, suggesting, counseling you on really removing those chains. And you know what they are. You really know what they are. And what is more, it's calling for a, huge, this must weigh about 2 kilograms. It must be about 5 pounds. 5 pounds, this stone. Put a rock on it. Put a stone on those chains of the past. And look for moments, look for areas, look for opportunity. Constantly look for opportunities that serve as stepping stones for you, that make you feel protected. Go to those areas, go to those places, go to those ideas, revisit them. If you have beautiful memories of being with your grandparents, go visit them again. Go remember them, visualize them. Remember the smells that you had during those moments. Remember the colors that you saw, the lights and the flashes that were present in your mind. Revisit them, and revisit them on a regular basis, they're saying. Now, another thing is that as we have put a stone right on top of those shackles, those chains, they're also telling us to have presence of mind concerning illusions, lies that have not served you well, more importantly, lies and untruths that you have fostered, that you have told yourself, that you have lived in, that you have accepted about yourself. They're suggesting that you remove this and that it's time for a change that will be painful for you, undoubtedly, because you're shifting. You're shifting something that seemed to be comfortable, but that is no longer serving you. This is the time that is most beneficial for you to review those untruths, both that you have harbored and that you have propagated, and those that you have accepted. And by this I mean perhaps a parent or a sibling who is constantly telling you, you're good for nothing. You'll never reach any kind of success. You're a loser. And you have bought into that and you started believing that. Time to get rid of that. And what we're seeing is that you will find solace. You will find success, pure success. You will find true success in all realms by equating the positive and the negative of yourself, your vision of both positive and negative, your daylight image and your shadow image, by realizing and visiting them, seeing them for what they are, and realizing that they're there. I'm going to take a few of these no-nonsense cards that, not that the others are nonsense, but they speak a different language. Okay, these are talking about the here and the now, the present time, the importance of presence, the importance of having presence of mind, and the presence of mind and concentrating on the present in relation to those ancestors, in relation to those illusions that you harbored, in relation to things that you want to put a heavy stone over and bury forever, have it bear influence on the present. This will serve you in your passions, serve you in your spiritual development, and also rid yourself of pain that you seemed to live with and you seem to bring along with you and just try to close an eye to. It's similar, this pain, to a pain that I just went to the dentist this morning. Okay, so I have it very clear in my mind what pain is, all right? You have a pain in your tooth, and you just don't want to go to the dentist. My God, it's going to be expensive and all, you just try to keep putting it away and you numb it. You keep numbing it. A lot of people put aspirin on the tooth. A lot of people, have all different types of ways of numbing it. And slowly but surely, they don't even feel the pain anymore, but they're living with a situation which is unhealthy. All right? Now, this undoubtedly is a block in this period for you in order for you to reach high spiritual development, especially in relation to a significant person in your life. And what they're suggesting is you do visit, like we said, revisit your ancestors and all those illusions, deceptions that you may have been harboring and propagating. And what will come up is your truth, as we said before. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope this was of help to you. Visit my website if you're interested in a private reading. Now, we have readings, card readings. Okay, I do offer readings, and some readings are there's one on my readings page in my website, ChristelleMartinette.com, that deals specifically with mediumship and channeling. As I mentioned before, those of you who have recurring issues, recurring pain, and situations that just don't seem to clear up, and find that you're going to readings often, I would suggest two things. One, for serious clearing work, soul therapy work, which you can find on ChristelleMartinette.com and multiplevoices.net, and or Perhaps one of the first steps would be past life regression so you can access ancestors. Past life regression, you'll find that in multiplevoices.net. And any questions you may have, not for personal readings, but concerning what you could do for your own situations and how I could help you, write to me then. You'll see my addresses, both for readings, ChristelleMartinette.com, multiple voices at mail.com, and animas at mail.com. Have a wonderful April 1st and be prepared for a new journey, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Bye-bye.